My ex-husband cheated on me with my sister. It's been 6 years since, and I just received an email from him. Hello, Reddit Talkative here. I met my ex-husband Dan almost 15 years ago at a restaurant while celebrating my 18th birthday. He was 25, charming, mature, and made me feel incredibly special. For some context, I grew up in a dysfunctional family. My parents fought constantly and my dad would disappear for months at a time. He passed away when my sister Abby was born. My mom doted on Abby, providing for me but always favoring her. Despite my mom's efforts, I felt a void. Dan filled that void. He was supportive, caring, and always showered me with gifts and long drives. After dating for 4 years, we got married. I wanted to start a family right away, but Dan encouraged me to pursue my master's degree and build my career first. He wanted us to be financially stable before having kids. He was the perfect husband, or so I thought. 5 years into our marriage, I discovered Dan was cheating on me with Abby. I found out when he lied about going out of town but stayed in town, booking a hotel room to meet Abby. They had been seeing each other for 6 months. I was devastated. Abby and I were close growing up, and I couldn't believe she betrayed me like this. Dan and I fought. He claimed he didn't love me anymore and accused me of not giving him enough attention. Amidst this turmoil, I discovered I was pregnant. The stress caused me to miscarry. Dan didn't even visit me in the hospital. He was on a getaway with my sister. Looking back, I should have seen the signs. Abby was always touchy with Dan, and he often stared at her. My mom, as usual, took Abby's side and told me to make peace with it. I felt utterly alone, having lost my child, husband, and family. My best friend Tina came to my rescue, inviting me to move to another state with her. I agreed, as I couldn't bear running into Dan and Abby in our small town. Starting over was tough, but I met kind people who helped me heal. A year after moving, I met Tony. I was hesitant, but he proved to be trustworthy and loving. We married a year ago, and I'm now pregnant with our first child. Yesterday, I received an email from Dan, which dredged up all the painful memories. Dan's email was a pitiful plea for reconciliation. He claimed he was miserable with Abby, who had cheated on him multiple times, including with his cousin. He wanted us to be a family again, unaware that I'm happily married and expecting a baby. I replied, telling him there's no chance of us getting back together. The girl who would have taken him back is gone. She died the day I miscarried while he was with my sister. I'm now with a wonderful man who loves and cherishes me. Dan made his choice, and he has to live with it. Dan replied, still delusional, saying he'd wait for me and calling me his baby doll. I cringed at the term that once felt endearing but now feels repulsive. Then I received emails from my mom and Abby, congratulating me on my pregnancy and expressing excitement about being a grandmother and a cool aunt. I couldn't believe their audacity after how they treated me. Reading your comments made me realize that both Abby and I were groomed by Dan. I feel stupid but also angry that Abby, who was old enough to know better, betrayed me. I've blocked all of them to protect my peace. When I broke down after reading their emails, Tony comforted me and took me out for ice cream. He reassured me that we're safe and even joked about moving countries if needed. His support means everything to me. I've decided to quit my job to focus on our baby and my healing. My in-laws and friends, Tina and her wife Jenny, are incredibly supportive. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm surrounded by good people now. I'll keep you updated if anything significant happens. For now, I'm enjoying being pampered by my loving husband.